Good morning, everybody. I can't believe it's already Thursday again and time for another Live with Blitsy. We've been crazy busy here, but Claudia and Megan have been working really hard to get projects ready for Live with Blitsy here today. So what are you going to show us today, Claudia?
Today we are going to talk about the brand new We Are Memory Keepers staple board, which we saw for the first time at CHA this year.
That's right.
So I'm going to show you, kind of give you the rundown of how this works and why you should really get one. And then we're also going to have some jewelry kits in a bottle, which is from Cousin, and these are new as well, so they're on sale today.
Those are really cool.
And there's a ton of different styles, so I'll show you that.
Then Megan the Third is going to join us later and show how she got this tie-dye effect. You won't expect what she did to do
so
this,
cool.
to make it tie-dye looking. So that'll be fun. And of course we have Emily on the chat. So Emily, what's going on today?
Good morning, everyone. I am chatting with you. Please let me know if you have any questions for Katie and Claudia as they show off some of the crafts and new products today. I'm excited to show you kind of the jewelry in a bottle, the tote bag. I was thinking there's a lot of stuff that we're going to be showing today as we approach kind of the school break, summer break. There's a lot of stuff here that it would be great for kids to do. So keep that in mind as you watch today. Stuff to stock up on, get ready for summer when the kids are in the house and need something to do. I also want to give a shout out later today. If you watched a couple weeks ago, or if you're one of our regulars, you might remember that Brittany from Tombow was on the show Skyping in. She demoed some hand lettering, brush lettering techniques with the Tombow dual brush pins. She's going to be live today on our Periscope at 2 Eastern, 1 Central, demoing more techniques. I think she's going to do kind of a blended lettering technique, ombre. So if you are interested in hand lettering, you don't want to miss that.
I'm interested.
Yes, that's
I want to
awesome.
see it. I'm so excited. So she's going to be on the Blitsy Periscope, Blitsy Crafts, doing some demoing of that. So super excited for that. Can't wait to see what Brittany does.
I love the way she demos. It's so easy to follow and understand. So
it really is. I've been practicing.
Oh, good.
I've been practicing. So maybe soon I'll share.
Yeah.
All right, so let's jump into this staple board by We Are Memory Keepers. I remember everyone talking about this when we were at the CHA show in January, and I didn't see the demo there. I missed it. I was running around everywhere. So this is actually my first time seeing it live demoed. I saw the video you did, and you did like 4 different techniques, right?
Yes.
All right,
so I'm basically
let's see.
just going to show you the gist of the product itself. So this is the staple board here, and it comes with 3 different staplers, small, medium, and large, and they all have a little magnet that holds them in place on the actual board, so you can take all of them out. Then it has this little magnetic device that holds down your paper securely when you're working with it, so that you can staple and it's not going to wiggle around or move on you. And then if you flip it over, you'll see it's got this little, kind of like this little button that you push, and that is gonna be what you rotate for either small, medium, or large staples, depending on what you're...
I saw that on your video, and
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what you were doing with that. So that's for the different sizes.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then these little guidelines here show you where the staple is going to go. So as long as your paper is where you want your staple, as long as it's lined up with this line and this is the center, so that you know where the center of your project is, then you go ahead and staple. And they also have a little storage.
Oh, that's
drawer.
handy, because you know you're always missing staples.
Yeah, to keep your different size staples. And it comes with staples for you to
And it looks
start.
like they're colored. Does it come with colored staples?
Yep, they're all colored. So there's this copper color. These are the large. And then there's like a pink,
the fuchsia.
like a fuchsia. That's medium. And then I think I might have all the oh no, here we go. And then here's there's some blue ones. There, and then this is the smallest size. So you can see there. So I did a few different things just kind of to test it out. So I'm going to show you really quick what I did. So the first thing I did was I wanted to add this pretty ribbon here to this tag. And so all I did was line up my tag, and then you just clamp it in place. And I believe I used a small staple on this one, so it just fits right into the little carriage there. And then you just staple, and it adds your staple.
Oh. So my question is, and this might be a stupid question, why, and now I'm actually seeing the answer. I was going to say, you wouldn't be able to, like, get a good...
Yeah, well, on something small, well, that's what's nice about these
like,
staples.
why wouldn't you just staple it normally?
With these staplers, it's cool because you can pull it out, and like I used the large one on this bag, and that wasn't anything fancy. I just happened to have the stapler, and I used it like that. But when you're working on something like a layout, and you want to staple something right in the middle of a page, you don't have the reach with a stapler. So it's really great for that, because then you just line up a page.
Then you can staple like there,
yeah, you
where you
literally
never normally could.
Yeah, you literally can staple right in the middle of, sorry, I forgot what setting I had.
It's on large?
Yeah. Let's see, do some medium. Okay.
I like the different size of the staples too, and that they're colored.
Yes. And it's just it's a nice like decorative element that you maybe can't really add to other projects normally because you don't have the reach. So, yep, so you can just
and then
to
it's
show
right
you.
in the middle.
It's right in the middle
so
of your
for
page.
card making, that's really cool. If you want something in the... You're like, yep, of course, I did a card. Or for scrapbooking, you could even do it on 12 by 12 layouts then, where you've got really large paper. Okay.
Yep, you can put it anywhere on your page. And then like this little booklet I made, like if you're doing programs or if you want to do a card with multiple pages, I actually was able to use the large staples to bind it.
Very cool.
So it can bind several sheets of paper together.
I get it.
And that's the other cool thing, is that aside from, it just gives you a lot more options with staples than it would if you just had one office stapler. So like I said, you have the large ones. It's right there at hand, medium, small, so that you can work on different projects all at once.
Very cool. Exciting. They always have the coolest tools.
They do.
They really do. So Emily, has anyone tried this? I know it's new. Does anyone have this or?
It doesn't look like anyone. Some people have seen it. Someone actually said that they saw it somewhere else, but they waited for us to get it. Always appreciate that. You know we're gonna get the best stuff for you. Once again, We Are Memory Keepers has thought of everything. People are saying, obviously, this is so great to kind of get into the middle of the page, different places you couldn't get before. They use staples in their project. They can be a great decorative element. Somebody asked, just to clarify, you turn the thing, yes, the disc. You turn that from the bottom, right? That's how you get the different sizes.
Yes, so you want to, pushing the, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but pushing the button on the bottom lifts the little dial so that then you can turn it, and then when you let it go, it snaps right back in place. So that's what you do. You have to push down on this.
Seems easy enough.
Awesome.
I could do it.
Yes.
Very cool. I love the binding technique that you did with that.
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
what
something different.
That's what I like the most about this, is that yes, you can use these little guys like normal on whatever you're working on, but you don't have to reach for a whole other tool if you want to do something that requires more heavy-duty stapling. It's all on the same little board. So that's what's cool about that.
Awesome. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next item that we're going to show you guys, which I believe we're showing the jewelry in a bottle, jewelry kits. These are really cool. I think brand new to Blitsy also. This is the first time we have shown these. So check them out. This is everything you need in one bottle.
Yes.
To create really cool jewelry.
Yeah, so everything in this little bottle. So when I first looked at these kits, I was like, I'm not really sure how this works. Like, I was a little confused. But it actually has everything that you need in this little bottle to create either a necklace, a bracelet, or 2 bracelets or 2 necklaces.
Oh.
So they actually give you quite a few. And I actually did, let's see here. I made one with a necklace. So I made.
I think I saw these on our Instagram page, these bracelets. Is that right,
Yeah.
Emily? Are these the bracelets you showed?
Oh no, those were some different ones.
Okay. Just kidding.
These,
But follow us on Instagram.
yes, that was the Instagram plug. But these, so this came from the same kit, this bracelet and this necklace, and
Okay.
I still had a ton of beads left over. So you can definitely, you have more than enough to work with.
Okay.
I made a video showing how I made this bracelet. But yeah, they're just very pretty, and they all have really cool themes. Like this one actually came with this really, one second, let me grab it. So this is the bottle that these beads came from. And it came with this really cool pineapple charm.
Ooh, Megan's you know about that.
I know. I kept it for her to work with when she gets here. And then, so they all have really pretty little themes and charms. So like this one is lotus flower. It's got these really bright beads, and then it has little lotus flower charms.
This is like the Blitsy themed one.
It is.
So
It totally is.
Like the Blitsy colors, and then our old flower kind of looks like
Yeah.
that. So.
And it also has pre-made tassels for you, so you don't have to worry about making tiny tassels for all of your jewelry.
And tassels are so in right now.
Yes.
In fashion, in crafting, making them yourself, having them already added to things. They're everywhere.
So this one is really, I thought was really cute for like a daughter, like your daughter or a granddaughter, little girl. Like it's a
It's a little
Fairytale.
fairy, yeah.
Yeah, it's called Fairytale, and all of the beads in there are shimmery, and then it has like these little shimmery tassels that goes with it.
That's so
So I
cute.
really like all the thought they put into kind of curating these little bottles for you. This one's steampunk, and it has like some vintage gold in
I
there.
like that.
A little gear.
So you said you can make 2 bracelets or 2 necklaces?
Yes, so you can either make 2 bracelets, 2 necklaces, or a bracelet and a necklace.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I chose to do because I was like, of course you want both.
And what else do you need? I know it has all of the beads and tassels and all of that, but as far as like tools or things that you use, what else do you need to make these?
So the only things that I needed were little pliers and
Okay.
scissors. So I'll open one just to show you kind of what comes in here. So it's packaged like this, and everything is attached. So, sorry, let me use one of these to open it.
I know Emily mentioned some great projects for the kids being home for the summer.
Oh, this
is
is-
one of them
yes.
that will keep you busy for a little while. And what's great about something like this is that if mom likes to do it, and you can do it
Yes.
together. This is something that you would actually
yeah.
like and wear. So
Oh, totally.
And
Well-
have the kids get involved.
So it comes actually, and I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. I did use transparent tape. I put transparent tape on the edge of the cord just to make it easier to feed the beads through and not have to mess with a needle. And
Okay.
it worked. You can see that on the video. It worked perfectly fine. So it comes with the cord all wrapped up on here, and it's got enough cord for you to work with.
So you just cut it to the size
You
that
just
you
cut
want.
it to whatever size you want. It has these really pretty larger decorative beads and the tassels attached to the cord. And then when you open it, it's got, and this what's really cool too is that you get this glass.
I was just gonna say that. Then
Yeah.
after you've used the beads, you have a nice little
Yeah, you
glass.
get this glass bottle that you can use for something else. It's got this little tiny cork on there. So it comes with all of the colors of beads, and I won't pour them all out, but at
that
the
coordinate really well together too.
right, and on the bottom, it's got all of your little like hardware pieces, like your claws and your jump
Okay.
rings and everything. They're mixed in there. They're on the bottom, so it really has everything that you need.
That's amazing. Are there any questions on these kits, Emily?
I don't think I've seen any questions yet, but people are definitely into them. I think there will be some jewelry kits added to people's carts today. Doodle said they'd be great for favors for her daughter's 13th birthday party, which is
yes.
perfect. This is such a great, it's a pretty inexpensive craft activity that you can give. It's a great group project. And it's great as a favor also because it's already packaged really cute for you. So there's really no work required on your part. You can give them it as is and it looks great. Ashlyn said, she's like, I'm not really into jewelry making, but this could be adapted to be a great planner tassel. So other great ideas.
Size for that.
Great ideas outside of even the jewelry making and what its intended uses, which we love finding like different ways to use things and stretch supplies.
Not even just the tassels, but these cute little charms. The pineapple, the fairy. There's a little hand. So the charms would be awesome for your planners too. You could pick the ones that coordinate best with your planner.
Yeah.
Very good idea.
Yes. And you can just take it out of its little like cardboard packaging if you were going to use it for a favor and just tie your own little tag on there and it's all set to go. So
yeah, and I was just looking down. These jewelry in a bottle kits are $4.50.
That's
for everything that you need for 2 bracelets, 2 necklaces. Just this glass bottle alone and the tassels. There you go. It's really a great deal. So check out them below and pick out your favorites, and we'd love to see if you guys make them or if you do something totally different than jewelry, use it in your planner.
Yep.
Definitely
bookmarks or keychains or
I love
make whatever you want.
Okay, so we're gonna move on. This is going by really fast today.
I know.
We're gonna show you a tote that Megan the Third did. She's gonna come on in. And I think you guys are going to switch spots.
I'm going to step out just so she has a little bit more room to work with.
And
hello, everyone.
Welcome, Megan. So this is actually a video that you just did recently as well, right? Yeah. So what did you use to do your tote?
Very little supplies needed. So I grabbed a tote bag. So this is the tote bag, just a small, cute little mini one. I had a stencil that I used for the pattern. You could do like your hand lettering, you can doodle whatever you want, but I just decided to use a stencil. I used Sharpie markers.
Just regular Sharpies.
Yep, just regular Sharpies. And then rubbing alcohol, which is the key to what makes it look more tie-dye-ish, which is really fun. And so all you have to do is just use the Sharpies, draw whatever design you want, and probably shouldn't do the whole thing.
You can just do like a few of them, outline it, and then spray it, and then we can show it because we have the finished one here too. So I would have never guessed that alcohol was the secret to making this. So basically what she's doing, it's going to turn into like a tie-dye effect on the tote bag. We obviously love totes here. We're always doing totes around here. And this is like the cutest little size tote. Talk about paper bags or different things that you can do.
Your planner in there with some pens,
can you
washi.
put your planner in there? If you
I
have
know
a
there are
personal
smaller
size,
ones,
that would be awesome. You
Super
could make your own
cute.
planner bag.
Yep.
Very cool. These we used for when we were doing bunnies for Easter. We turned these into Easter bunny bags. They were so cute. So, Emily, is anyone interested in totes, and have they tried this technique while she's filling this in?
I don't know if anyone's tried this technique yet. Some of them have already seen it. It was on our Facebook page. Ashlyn said she thought a very cool idea. But this is another one of those great ideas to kind of keep in mind for kids as the summer approaches and you're looking for something to do with them and fill up the time, because they can color whatever they want, and it's a pretty simple technique. And the favorite part of you as moms is that it's not super messy. It's not the usual mess of the tie-dye, because you're just gonna activate it without really getting your hands dirty, which is perfect.
Exactly. I can appreciate that for sure.
So tie-dye is always a really fun thing, but then it can get super messy. So this is a really fun and easy way to do some tie-dye activities.
Mess-free tie-dye. Yeah. I love it.
So let's do a couple more.
And with summer coming up, tie-dye is like one of the most popular looks and crafts that is out there.
Yeah.
So.
And you can also, you don't have to do it just on totes. You could do it on maybe like canvas shoes. You can do it on like t-shirts or bandanas. So,
and we did post the video already, which is actually what made me want to have Megan show this, because on the video, the tote just kind of like transforms and it looks really cool. So I was like, let's show was that like over time?
Yeah, he had the camera set up and it wasn't too long. I think it was maybe 10 minutes for it to fully look finished. So it doesn't take that long. So I just did a couple right here.
Okay.
Yeah, so it doesn't take too long. And he asked about like how long should you let it sit. You don't have to really wait. Just once you're done coloring and you're finished, you should be good to go.
So there was no trickery.
Yeah, it's literally super easy.
Okay, so let's do it.
Yeah, so all you do is spray like an even amount around it. So.
And I know the question will probably come up about washing this. It's probably not recommended to wash because once it reacts with water, it's gonna
I probably would not recommend washing it. So yeah, and now you can already see it
starting to bleed out.
Yeah. So I think it took around 10 minutes.
Okay.
So
basically,
it's almost instant.
Yeah, we'll leave this kind of here so they can see it starting to activate. But I'm going to move it over slightly too, so you can see after about 10 minutes of time how much that actually just spreads out, and that's just reacting with the alcohol. So super cool technique. I'd never seen this before.
I saw it and I didn't really understand how it worked, so I was kind of
Just
interested and curious to see how it would work, and I was really surprised how instant it was and how it started going right as I was spraying it.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. And I love how in the video, the time lapse kind of worked just like,
yeah, so you can get the full seeing it going.
So I just wanted everyone to see there was no trickery in that. It literally is that easy. And the kids can get involved. It's fun for mom. It's fun for grandma. Totally awesome. Emily, what do they think?
They love it. There's definitely going to be some people trying this out at home. A couple of questions. Is it particularly, is it stinky? Do you think you should do it probably outside with the alcohol and the Sharpies, or?
We're in a tiny room here and it's totally fine.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Maybe if you were concerned with maybe little ones and the smell, maybe outside, and even that's an excuse to get outside. But yeah, it's not an issue with how strong it is, but.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Yeah.
So, good question though. Any others?
And then do you recommend, especially probably with little kids, would you put something inside the bag to keep it from bleeding through, or did you not really have that issue?
Maybe if you were.
I think it's always safe. Put a little cardboard in there.
This one, you could see it didn't bleed through at all. Maybe that depends on how much you spray, because this one you could kind of see it's coming through. So maybe that would be a good tip, to put some cardboard or something in between so it doesn't bleed.
It's always better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
So I would put something in there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, then you have an excuse to decorate the back too.
Yeah, there you go.
Just use the same colors.
Make it a double pattern.
Exactly.
There you go.
Anything else?
Do you think that, I know you mentioned probably not wash it. Do you think that if somebody wanted to wash it, fabric, coat it with something, or would that make it run more?
You might be able to try a layer of fabric Mod Podge to seal it, but
Maybe.
I still don't know. We would have to test it.
Yeah.
My recommendation is, I have a lot of totes and I've never washed one. Is that bad?
Yeah, I don't think I have either. And maybe this might be stupid, but in the tie-dye stuff, they might have something that is a sealer.
Right.
For tie-dye.
We'll have to
type of
check it out.
things. Yeah, so.
Awesome.
All right, so Claudia's going to come back and we're going to continue this Sharpie conversation, because this was just regular old Sharpies that everyone tends to have, except I can never find a Sharpie around here. I really can't.
They disappear. They grow legs.
They disappear. Where? I just want a black Sharpie. I can't find a black Sharpie. I need to stock up on those. So the colors are super fun with all the Sharpies. But they have lots of different kinds of Sharpie markers.
Yeah.
And so today we're going to show you some of the oil-based ones and kind of the difference between those and a regular Sharpie.
Right, so I had done a project before with using these, but I love these Sharpies. I use them on everything. They work really well on a wood, if you have anything that you want to decorate with a pattern, and it's really cool because it's essentially an oil-based paint, but in
Yeah, and it is like a paint pen.
Yeah, it's like a paint pen.
You can hear the ball rolling in there.
So there's tons of different uses for these. I had done a video, like I said before, using them on a mug, And as long as you bake this, I believe it's for like around 20 minutes in like, I think it's 325. It's on the video. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Rewatch our own video.
Our own videos. When I craft and put stuff in the oven, like the times blend and the degrees blend. But if you put this in the oven, you want to put it in a cold oven and have it heat up to that temperature, because you don't want to put this in a hot oven and have it crack.
Yeah.
So that's the one tip I learned. And once you've baked it and it's cooled, you can definitely hand wash it, but not, I wouldn't say dishwasher safe. So,
Right. So we did this as a crafternoon a long time ago. Were you even here when we did that? Oh, it's so long ago. And so we were doing a lot of research on Pinterest on making your own mugs, and we found that there's 2 secrets to the DIY mug. The first is it's an oil-based Sharpie. That's what you need to use rather than the regular Sharpie. Oil-based is the trick, and then the baking part is the second key to it. Otherwise, you're going to have right away some chipping and just wear and tear. So those are the 2 secrets. We all did bugs. They lasted a really long time, but washing, don't put it in the dishwasher, right?
Do not put it in the dishwasher.
Just hand wash.
Gently hand wash, I mean, obviously you can scrub the inside however you want, but the outside just, delicately, just like you would with your delicate clothes.
Yeah.
You don't want to throw it in the washer and...
So I would say that's probably the most common use I've seen for these markers, but what are some other good uses for these?
So like I said, I like to use them on like any kind of like wood peg projects or anything. They're really cool to help kids draw little faces on like wooden dolls and that kind of thing, because there's so many different colors. And for home decor, these can be used on canvas. They can be used on a larger wood panel. I've also seen them being used on glass. Yeah. So
we've got canvas. We'll see how it looks. Oh, and you have so much control with this.
Yes. Definitely.
So you could do, this is just a regular old B for Blitsy, but you could do your hand lettering with these if you wanted. I like that color too.
And what I like about them as well is that when you use them on like white paper, like let's see, we can
I'm gonna use the back of this.
They're really, you can tell they're really bright and opaque. So if you were to use these on glass, you get like a nice, really kind of.
If you push
like,
down, you can get more too. So you can almost do like a paint effect with it.
Right, and you get like it's like a creamy opaque texture as opposed to like the regular ink on a regular Sharpie. If you've ever tried to do like a Sharpie on glass, you can see through it. Like you can see the pen marks on it.
Ooh,
the
these are
brush
fun.
strokes, but yeah. So, and they come in metallics too, which is awesome.
Of course, gotta love that gold. Emily, is there any questions about the oil-based Sharpies?
Someone was just asking the difference between these and the regular Sharpies. The regular Sharpies are alcohol-based versus the oil-based. Is there any other major differences other than just kind of the appearance on?
So this one is more, it truly is like a paint pen. You can hear that moving, and when it's got that kind of traditional paint pen, tip, and when you push, you're gonna get more fluid coming out of it. So you can see, I can actually, depending on how much is in there, you can control the amount coming out of it. Whereas a regular Sharpie is just your typical, Sharpie point. It's again alcohol-based and not oil-based, whereas this one is oil-based.
And this is a permanent marker, the regular Sharpie, so let's say you do use that on a mug or a glass, it's going to stay on there pretty well, but you don't get the longevity of having the paint marker baked. So it's just a whole nother way to use Sharpies for a bunch of different techniques that you can't use regular Sharpies for.
Yeah, and you can see, I know this is kind of messy here, but I used the same marker when I wrote gold as when I wrote Katie, and just depending on how hard you push down on that tip, you can control kind of the level of color that comes out, whereas a regular marker, you're just going to get the one color that comes out no matter what. So a couple of differences there.
Yeah, just one thing to note is when you're using these, because they kind of sit on if you're using them with a non-porous surface like a mug or a glass or metal or something, you definitely need to seal it with something or bake it, because otherwise it will just scratch right off because it's sitting on the
So that's where the
surface.
baking kind of comes
Right.
in as the important
Yeah.
key. Any other questions?
If you wanted to, could you do like the paint and then put like a regular Sharpie on top of it? Do you think that would have like, what kind of effect do you think that would have, or would the regular Sharpie stay on it?
I mean, paint pen first and then
Yeah.
Sharpie on top. I mean,
I don't think it could hurt.
it doesn't. I can try it on here. Let's try it on the bottom here.
Well, this is already baked in. Would you do it before or after you bake?
I don't know.
I would think it's a sealant, like, after, because, like, when I think about, like, some black furniture at home, sometimes I'll use a black Sharpie
Right,
to
right.
just fill it in. So it could be, like, if you have if you get a little bit of cracking, or, like, if you wanted to reinforce this
It,
orange
yeah.
here, you could do over once it's done. I don't think it could hurt.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing is that these Sharpies, unlike the Tombos and the other markers we've talked about, aren't self-cleaning. So, like, when you mix two colors together, they're gonna get muddy.
Yeah.
It's not intended for blending. They're not intended for blending, so.
But if this was completely dry and you just wanted to reinforce, I don't see any problem with that,
No.
right? The thing is, you're gonna also, just depending on if you have the same color. or
Right,
not,
exactly.
You're gonna also not wanna do it where you're taking sips from your mug.
Right,
You
'cause
wanna go lower.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna wanna color on the inside either, because they're not food safe.
Right.
So just wanna point that out. Any other questions?
I think that's it.
All right, well,
Awesome.
that's all we have for you guys today.
Yeah.
We will be back again on Tuesday with some more Live with Blitsy. Thanks so much for joining us. Thanks for your great projects, Megan and Claudia, and
Awesome.
have a great weekend if we don't talk to you before then. Bye, guys.
Bye.